Okay, welcome, everyone. Tshwane Derby on a Tuesday. Anyway, guys, my name is Joseph and I'm your host. This, of course, is a watch along of the Tshwane Derby. Supersport United versus Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns having the home advantage, but I think Supersport is going to thank them because Supersport plays their home games in Polokwane. So if they can get anywhere near Pretoria during that time, then man, that they are thankful, right, man. Abomaki, babazamile. So, guys, this, of course, is between two teams. It's top of the table clash. Top half of the table clash, top quarter of the table clash, with Supersport being in the fourth place. And then, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns just carries on winning and carries on being number one. Mamelodi Sundowns currently has 17 games played, 14 wins, with 3 draws and no losses. That's right, they're still unbeaten. Unbeaten now for 41 consecutive games in the PSL. That is insane. 41. They broke Chiefs' record of 33 quite a while back. So we're watching a team that is literally in a very historic season right now. Supersport United, of course, is number 4. 19 games played, 19 wins, 5 draws and 5 losses, which isn't as bad. Seeing as it's only 30, it isn't bad, but then when you look at the distance between Sundowns and Supersport and standing at 13 points with Sundowns playing 2 less games, you'd think, hi man, this league is so bad, but this is actually quite a good return for Supersport. Lebakang says he's watching from the stadium. Reporting live from the stadium. No, Lebza, I'm glad you brought your daughter with. At least this derby is bearable, man. Supersport United starting lineup has a Ruby in goal, Baloyi Ndlovu, Mareman, Tshwane, Okon, Matodzi, Lake, Campbell, Lungu, and Grobler. Ricardo Goss can't play in this game because parent club situations with the loan. And then, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns has Williams in goal, Mtunyelwa, Lunga, Kekana. We've got Zumo, Mukwena, Tshwane, Allende, Esquivel, Martinez, Lodge, and Cirino are the starting lineup for Mamelodi Sundowns. I wonder if the mandate today is also to make 1,000 passes. Last time Sundowns came out versus Chippa United, Rulani spoke about 1,000 passes, but also my captain Mukwena also came out and spoke about 1,000 passes, as they were playing a very timid Chippa side. Look at Ronan Williams becoming another centre back there in the attack, which is an interesting thing that Mamelodi Sundowns does, leaving one person all the way at the back. And if there's one team that might take advantage of that, it is Supersport. Supersport, on the other hand, the last time they played Mamelodi Sundowns, I would say they did well. They lost 2-0 through a wonderfully worked set piece. Thank you, Lebza, for the gifts. A wonderful worked set piece that allowed Ribeiro to score. And I believe it was a long shot, if I'm not mistaken. But for that game, they'd been pressing very hard on this Sundowns team. They'd been going at them very, very hard. But then they got a little bit too excited and got caught off 2 times, and Mamelodi Sundowns got the win. So I really think they could have done better. They could have won the game. They had a couple of chances where Zugamanja didn't do very well when facing the goals. But maybe they fancy themselves to do a little bit something different here. Let me see. Why is Macheman in against us? Wasn't Macheman a free agent? If I'm not mistaken, Kumo, somebody can just check that for me. He was a free agent, and he was signed by Supersport as a free agent, or signed from Maritzburg, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's see. A derby on a Tuesday, guys, Tuesday derby, man. It's a midweek derby. I was saying earlier that Sundowns actually did Supersport a favor because Supersport has been playing their home games in Polokwane. So at least, man, they didn't have to travel too far. They stayed in the city in order to play the game. So man, at least to something there that they were kabona. Because honestly, nobody cares about this game. Guys, it's a top of the table clash. It's Supersport United on 32 points at number 4 versus Sundowns at number 1. It's a chance for Supersport, man, to catch up to Pirates. They could have done it now, but they could have done it over the weekend. But their last game was a 1-1 draw versus Amazulu. But now, guys, Sundowns is looking to carry on with the record that they have. 41 games unbeaten. They're looking to make it 42 in the league. Get a little bit further. You know, they just found out they're playing versus young Africans in the knockouts of the Champions League. So, man, at least, man, just to Otula Mauto, man, and extend records. Let's see if it's possible. And Supersport has always been a little bit tough, guys. Maybe Gavin can be the coach that breaks Mamelodi Sundowns' streak. Last time Mamelodi Sundowns lost in the league, it was against the Supersport. So can Gavin Hunt pull another rabbit out of the hat? I don't think this will be a thousand pass game, this one. Any idea what's happening at Chiefs? Are we making changes? Johnson, Agahambi. Johnson is not going anywhere, guys. They're waiting for the coaches to come in. There's a rumored 5-man shortlist. 2 Brazilians, a Spaniard, and then Mangoba Mngiti and Pitso Msimane. That is the rumor. Whether it's been done, I don't know. I would hope that it's done, so that the person who comes in is not like starting from scratch. Maybe they can be working with them in the background to make sure that they're ready when they get here. That's something I would do. But yeah, as far as I know, hey, this pitch after rugby, this pitch after rugby games. But we'll see how it pans out. Football Heritage is taking your girl child to a game with you. Tanko Lebza. Lebza's in the stadium with his daughter. I'm here because overthinking is the Chiefs fan, so I want you guys. Why are you guys engaging me at the Chiefs things? We engage so much at the Chiefs things. Can I have a day off, man? I mean, this week there's a lot of time. We're not going to be talking about Nedbank when it comes to Chiefs. There's time, guys. There's time. Let's see. Those ones basically I don't want to like. Kuketsa says, why not get a coach manager and treat the last few games as sort of a preseason? I wouldn't even do that. I would have treated since firing Nseki as getting things proper in the back, guys. Just getting in proper in the back end proper for him. So you know how, for example, Man City, they'd already announced a year before Pep was done that Pep was coming, and they made moves to make sure that Chiki Bergestan was there. Klopp was the same with Liverpool. They'd already announced a while back that he was leaving, and they got the back room right. So I think I would want that person to be working with Chiefs behind closed doors in silence, making sure that as soon as that transfer window opens, things are moving. As soon as things start going, you already been sitting with new technical directors and things like that. I think it's bigger than just the coach, guys. It's bigger than just the coach. If they just announce a coach, geshapu, guys, they're not serious. You need to start beefing up that technical team. Nice Sundowns, Fleming, technical director. You've got the academy director. I think is he from Portugal? Is he from Portugal or Spain or something like that? Fleming, of course, also has experience overseas. You've got Mangoba, you've got Rulani, you've got Trotmoloto. Guys, do you guys understand? About Daniel Mambushmuda was still in the structure somewhere, somehow. You've got so many people, Coach Wendell, Coach Michael Loftman. There's so many coaches there, guys. So many people in the background. They're at Mamelodi Sundowns, guys. That's what you have to start doing in order to compete with the Sundowns. A little mixture of experience, PSL experience, mixed with some expertise from elsewhere, like some good expertise from overseas, mixed with some legends. Sundowns' structure is incredible. Abo Kennedy Mwene are still there. Abo Onyango play a role. Guys, Sundowns is deep, guys. Sundowns is deep when it comes to football knowledge that is available. Before you even touch the top, you haven't even gotten the top. Utopi, une coaching Safa deep edge, Cap deep edge. He doesn't have to interact with people. Manje, go Chiefs, outside of them Taungs, who else is there? Petro says their squad depth is insane. Their squad depth is also insane. I mean, look at this bench. Dennis Onyango, former goalkeeper of the year. African goalkeeper of the year. You've got Butuel, you've got Morena Obas, Mbule, Mabue, Matthews, Mendieta, Shalulile. Hi, guys. The Sundowns team is stacked. But like as I was saying, I think in order to compete with Sundowns, it's not going to just come down to players. It's not going to just come down to coaching staff, to coaches. It's going to come down to who do you have in the back? Who's making the footballing decisions? Why are they making the football decisions? What type of brains trust do you have, Lape Mova? Who's making sure that the club is going to get built for the next 5 to 10 years? Those are the things that you need if you want to compete with the Sundowns. You know, you can't just have, no disrespect to Pirates because they're number 2. You can't just have Kemang Prasten, you know, sitting in the back, driving everything. And again, no disrespect. I know there's other people there, you know. So yeah, anyway, that's all I'm saying. Guys, Sundowns plays the nice football, says Papa Tsejo. Keke says Junior has all his friends, like Chief, sitting around getting paid for nothing. I can neither confirm nor deny that one. Allegedly, like about allegedly. Allegedly, that is what is happening. That is not my words. I'm not going to get into trouble for that. Mamelodi Sundowns, first free kick just over the bar. I want to see what this Supersport team does. Gavin was complaining a couple of weeks ago, well, maybe a month or 2 ago, about how his team, he's given them the tactics. They know what they're meant to do. They look dangerous in certain situations, but they don't do it enough. And if there is a setup, when looking at it on paper, that is meant to be a little bit stronger against Sundowns, the Sundowns that doesn't necessarily defend very deeply, doesn't leave that many people behind. You'd imagine that Chandra Campbell and Grobler could fashion themselves some chances from the way that Mamelodi Sundowns sets up, should they get the right transition. But of course, teams are scared of Sundowns. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Sundowns is an incredibly scary team. It's an incredible team. It's a team that, again, 41 games unbeaten in the league right now. It's the longest running streak. You know, they're about to win their 7th consecutive league title. When they go out and to AFLs and win AFLs, Abu Ali Parker Bass, Abu Wheated Parker Bass. So it's an incredibly scary team. But I think I have confidence in Gavin Hunt. A lot of you know that I love Gavin Hunt. I have confidence in Gavin Hunt and his ability to set up a team and his ability to, you know, make the best of a situation, man. He's not going to play pretty. He's not going to do all these things. But the players are going to play to the best of their abilities and the best of their positions and the best of their skills. So one just has to hope that maybe Supersport can get it over the line this time. I think the teams that have come close, funny enough, has been Cape Town City. I would say they played the best, even though one might argue fatigue might have been setting in. You could argue that Pirates really gave Sundowns a game pound for pound. You could argue that Kaizer Chiefs, some of those games under Unseki, were much closer than what we thought they were going to be, if we're being 100% honest. And, you know, he took that draw against the Sundowns in the MTN 8, for example. There was the Peterson flap and the Castillo mistakes that were really the difference between the two clubs. But that being said, I don't want to diminish Sundowns. A lot of teams have come in and they've felt that way. Come in and they've set up well, come in and they've had their chances. Like I always say, Sundowns will give you chances, but it's up to you to finish them. And up to this point, nobody has been able to finish them. And maybe you just have to follow the pattern. It's a pattern now. And when there's a pattern, believe the pattern. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Trying to mark Sundowns could make a grown man cry. Campbell is on trial tonight. He's playing against his next employees. Oh, is he also on trial? Okay, so you guys saying that he's on trial? He's gonna be snapped up next year to go play Navo Masego. Navo Masego. But guys, you have to give kudos to Gavin, man. You have to give kudos. I know a lot of people don't like giving kudos to Gavin. Man loses players every year. And I know he replaces them and I know he gets experienced players in and all of that stuff, but imagine having to restart a team every year because your stars are leaving. Like, it's going to be so sad when he has to restart this team when Campbell is gone. Oh, Nanguloch. First time I've seen him touch the ball. Unyoso.
That's the Nyoso I know. I don't want another Nyoso. I didn't bring the other Nyoso. I know the Nyoso that I know. Because that's not the Nyoso that I want. The Nyoso I want is got pressure, stress, he's dodge, he's dribble, he's shot, he's assist, he's breaking the line. This is the Nyoso I know. Now when I don't get the Nyoso, then one final picture.
Coach. We haven't seen peak Nyoso yet. We haven't seen peak Nyoso yet in the team. I'm actually interested to see what he does. What he does with Nazo. Why would you let the ball go past you, boy? That was a 2v1. Simple 2v1. Oh, like, hey. You can't press alone. You can't press alone. You will be slaughtered if you press alone. So yeah, we'll see. I want to see what happens when Nyoso's playing with Tshwane. I would have expected a sort of a Tito Mfukeng type situation where they combine with each other. But Bamnandi boy too. Why must they give Martina some problems? Just go to your own corner and find yourselves maybe on the left-hand side because Sundowns doesn't necessarily have a wing. So I'm expecting them to combine Nyan. But yeah, Sundowns is playing a very slow game. And credit to them. I think that is one of the strengths of Mamelodi Sundowns. One of the strengths of Mamelodi Sundowns is that they don't panic. It's incredible. It's such a wonder to watch that they don't panic. They play the same exact way and they essentially wait for you to make the mistake. You can't defend versus Sundowns in a low block for 90 minutes because you're going to make a defensive blunder. You can't attack Sundowns for 90 minutes because at some point you are going to at some point you're going to get too excited and overcommit and they'll catch you off. So they just stay here and that is incredible. You know, we've spoken about how this year it looks like Rulani is really playing an African type game. He's playing a Champions League African type game. It's not that pretty. It's not that amazing. They score one goal and they relax. They don't expend too much energy. You don't expect them to expend that much energy knowing that, knowing that they don't waste time, man. They don't waste energy. When they're running, they've got so many games. They have to be prepared for each of the games. They have to be ready. They can't get tired playing every three games. So, guys, this team is really good. This team is really good. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm jealous as hell. I am jealous as hell. I will not lie to you. I'm jealous of Sundowns. You know, when your team, you can trust that your team is doing everything in its power to go win on its own. You don't have to zabalaza. You don't have to do all these weird things. Alright, guys. Let's see. Hola, Uti. Long time, Tata. Oh, Tata, where have you been? Sundowns is the stand of South African football as much as I dislike them. Mara, they are. They're the standard bearers. They are the top. They are the top. Ore prasapo. Paroti dumela prayaka. Kukwishisha. Football as a whole. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother Asafo. But the show isn't anything without you guys, man. You guys are the ones that keep it pushing. Krobler's already on a yellow card. I can only imagine if Krobler was to get a red card, what would happen? But anyway, they've given a corner. Corner, Supersport. They've got their first set piece. Let's see if Set Piece United can do something with this set piece. You know, this game features two guys that deserve so much more respect than what they get. One gets a fair bit of respect. Shalulile. Shalulile is the over 100 club. As I'm about to speak about him, he does that, but he was offside, ne? Ushalulile is over 100 goals. There's only, I think it's about eight or nine players, if I'm not mistaken. I know Bell is the top goal scorer of the PSL era. I think he's got 150 goals or something like that. I know Mebuti Kenyeza was just overtaken by Shalulile and Krobla, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Krobla deserves a lot more respect than what he gets in SA. Krobla is one of the best strikers we have ever had. The numbers speak for themselves, similar to Shalulile. I think the only thing Yaga Krobla is that he plays for a team that honestly is not gonna, it's not gonna get that much attention. But Krobla deserves all the attention. It's actually funny that he hasn't been in Bafana Bafana for extended periods of time during his long career. But anyway, let me see what you guys are saying here. Kevin Johnson utitina lawyer. Hey guys. Today I'm just watching but can't hear anything since I'm at the stadium. No stress, Lebza. Thank you. Lyrical Pope, how are you doing? How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing? Okay, so it's still 0-0. It's been pretty boring up to this point. The only thing you can give Supersport credit for is that Sundowns hasn't been able to break them down. You can see that they're very patient in the press. They've got three players up front. But they don't rush into it. I think they've learned that if we rush into it, that's where you get caught. So just stand there and watch them and see how they're going to put the ball together. Look at Rulani telling them that exactly what I'm saying, that you guys are too far away from each other and they're catching you guys off because, Campbell, unlucky boy. They're catching you guys off, so come closer. Create more opportunities to get the pass off. They've been struggling to get up the pitch. Sundowns. I'd imagine that there'll come a time where they turn up the volume, but for now they've been struggling. That press, Supersport. It's a very patient press. But here comes Sundowns on the breaker. Is too wide. There's no one to support him. Yeah, there's no one to support him. He's a Supersport player. If it was Chiefs, the world would know. Exactly, Tisinje. Ringanget says probably has been overlooked for years. It's sad and wrong. Roloku Pope says, I want a Gavin upset. Yeah, you want a Gavin Hunt upset. Last time Sundowns lost was to Gavin Hunt. So maybe he can start it and end it. "23 minutes in, both teams are cautious. I think there is a space. Sundowns is essentially trying to defend with one or two players. It's something they've been doing over the past few games successfully. But if Campbell specifically can get out on a break, supported by Krobla, Supersport gets something from here. But they're going to have to be serious about how they break. Chippa United got 3 chances last game. Clear cut. Looking at the goalkeeper. Mano y mano. Where they missed them, but also credit to Ronwen Williams for making those saves. So, again, this Sundowns team will give you a chance or two. But they will also take them. Let's see. Oh, they adjusted him to have dived there. Oh, Nyoso, yellow card. Leave him alone, Nyosoma now. Imagine getting a red card for a team that's unbeaten. Just, it's fine. Things happen. The ref was the ref. Things happen, man. Let's see. Was there contact? Yeah, they wrote. Look, I'll always give benefit of the doubt towards the attacker in that situation because there was contact from behind. The ref doesn't want to give it. The ref doesn't want to give it, but I would have probably given it as a penalty. Lodge has a yellow card because of demonstration. How is the derby? Man, the derby is playing okay, guys. But sorry, it's a tactical affair. It's a tactical affair. Sundowns in Dalai chicken. If I understand you correctly, T-Peg, I get you. But that's Sundowns' game. Sundowns is waiting for you to blink, basically. Derby on a Tuesday. Sibo says that it's televised on SABC. I'm not sure. It might be on sabcsport.com or on SABC Plus. It might be. I'm not sure. But I don't think it's on the actual channels. The three channels. The SABC, maybe online. Now we know why you're not the ref. Yeah, I'm an old school gent. For me, touch me in the penalty box. Touch me from behind. Touch me. LCT. Yes, it's on SS2. For me, that's a pen. It's soft, but it's a pen. The player did not get the ball. The player was behind Lodge and made contact while Lodge was in control of the ball. For me, that's a penalty. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not a ref. That's a pen. They're benefiting, but it's okay. Kolani says, how's that not a pen? For me, it's a pen all day. Soft as hell. Maroksala ki pen. That's what Sundowns wanted. You've committed too many people forward. You've pushed so many people forward. And we're going to catch you. That's it. That's what they're looking for. It's literally shades of the first match. I don't know. Zungu wasn't touched there. Was he touched? Okay, yeah, there was a touch. There was a slight touch. This referee wants to bring hooliganism out of us. I'm seeing Rolando running up and down. I'm not going to call it hooliganism, but I'm seeing it. Mara user asking if this is the time. Mara. Okay, let's see. Wait, Agent, are you also at Loftus? Guys, what a waste of a throw-in. Like, Supersport's press is working. It's just that when they start getting excited, that's when they get caught. When they start getting excited, keep it as the three-man semi-press, three-man zonal press. We're making up words now. Not we need to have words attributed to us. A three-man zonal press where they're just standing there and they're looking at Sundowns and they're going, okay, fine, you can beat the three of us, but are you going to get past the 8 men that are behind us? How are you going to connect them? I think the midfield play has been lacking a little bit from Mamelodi Sundowns, especially up the middle, right? I think they're too far from each other in terms of the middle. Even at the front, Lodge has even changed sides. I'm not used to seeing Sundowns having gaps. Okay, here they go. They're closer now. They're closer to each other. I'm not used to seeing Sundowns have this many gaps within their play or have people so far away from each other. That's usually not Sundowns' way, right? Especially when you've essentially got the extra midfielder. Mokoena, but I think, okay, actually, I've thought of it. I think what's happening here at Sundowns is that you've got purely attacking players and purely defensive players. And connecting them has been very hard, especially with Supersport not necessarily moving around the way that Sundowns is used to moving people around. So you've got Tshwane, who's waiting for Lodge to play. You've got Esquivel, who's also waiting. You've got Allender, who's pushed up all the way. So you've essentially got 4 players up front and then 6 players behind. Oh, what a goal. Oh, Mokoena. It's a Mokoena thing, this thing, man. It's a Mokoena thing, this thing. You guys can't combine. Shaipali, what a goal. What a goal. Jeez. Who was that? Lodge? Sorry, okay, sorry. Is it Lodge? Is it Lodge? I see Lodge, Kim Queen. I don't know why they were showing him. Kiyo Mukwena, eh? I'll speak to him at Sunday lunch to tell him about this goal. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, there we go. 1-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. Hey, yeah. Let me update the score. What a shot. Jesus, what a shot. Ay. You know, there was a time where we were asking that Nkwena needs to shoot more. And I think he's heard us. What a shot, what placement. Can we just take a moment, guys? I just want to take a moment to speak about the goals we've seen over the past few weeks. Duba cutting it into a corner. Libito, they just hitting the pigskin, the covering of the ball into the corner. Now you see Umukwena putting, oh my gosh. Oh my word. It's a ruby, Sinj. It's a ruby. Yes, Jiga. Sorry, man. I was still marveling. Pella, I might not be a Sundowns fan, but I am a Mukwena. So the two of us share the same name. I have to marvel a little bit longer. Kishape internals tarazelo nyan. Anyway, it's getting boring in the PSL since LCT. Lyrical Pope says teams must fight against Sundowns. Sundowns is invincible PSL run. Look, guys, look. This is what I've been telling you guys for the past few weeks. Supersport have come out with a plan. But Supersport has not looked dangerous in this game. And I think the key to making sure that Mamelodi Sundowns doesn't play their football is to make them think. And when I say think, I don't mean try and play pound for pound or whatever. You just have to know, they just have to know in the back of their minds that there is a threat. That there is a threat. Uti, if I push up, do you know why Pirates play so well versus Sundowns? Pirates play so well because whether Rulani likes it or not, he has to think about Saleng, Tito, Fukeng. They have to be in his head when he's sitting there thinking, okay, how do I set up this team? Now, how many other teams how many other teams have that kind of threat? And not a joking threat, like a real threat. Henry Campbell and Grobler have played 32 minutes of this game, and they haven't looked threatening. Not even a little bit. There were chances where there were spaces that could have been taken. Maybe there was a pass that was off. But for the most part, you haven't seen. Sometimes you need to rattle somebody. Keeper. You see that shot by Mukwena? Even if Arubi saves that shot, he saves it. It's cool. He's got it. Fine. Let's say. For the rest of the... Oh, there we go, Grobler. Finally. As I was speaking about it, finally. Set piece FC. Set piece FC 1-1. It's not going to be that easy, Sundowns. Yeah. It's not going to be that easy, Sundowns. But that's what you need. That's what you need. It would be nicer from open play. But of course, Set Piece United, we know, man. It would be nicer from open play. Who went to sleep there? Dunyela went to sleep there. Dunyela went to sleep there. For that one. Anyway, you need to have them think. Guys, that's all. Just think. oh, yes, I can't leave one person behind. Then you start. Now Rulani has to play a game and go, okay, how do I make sure that that one threat of theirs is nullified? That's what you need to do. You're not going to play Sundowns mano a mano and just think that you're going to defend all game long. There's no way. This is also a Sundowns team that is not even scoring open play tap-ins, box what. Shawi tum Makola, there's it's not clear-cut goals that they're scoring all the time, but they're getting it done. Credit where credit's due. I don't want to make it seem as though I'm diminishing what they're doing, right? But yeah, you need, man. Itratnyana, man. That's my theory. Yes, Mukwena is the goal scorer, Brian. The enemies are celebrating. Cannot be one team dominating in the league. It's getting boring to watch because it's obvious they win. I always take that statement, LCT, and I flip it. Every team only plays Sundowns twice, which one means that Sundowns has to beat most of you twice, and they're beating most of you twice. So home and away, Nyadliwa. Or yeah, Nyadliwa for the most part. It's only 3 draws, right? But then the other question is, what are the other teams doing on a daily basis versus other teams? It's not a league where teams 2 to 16 are all Sundowns quality. Yo, Sonk is the Sundowns. It's not. So what are teams doing on the other 28 games that they play? Because Sundowns, we know what they're doing. Like it, hate it or love it, we know what they're doing. But how much are the other teams doing when Supersport plays Amazulu and draws? For example, as the top 3, top 4 team. Oh, that was naughty. That was naughty, Martinez. That was naughty. Huh? He tried to put a ball into a space this big and he almost got it through. That was naughty. When you play against Chiefs, you only have to worry about the Muti man. The Muti man who can't even get his tactics right when it comes to penalties. He can't rub the post. He gets caught by the ref. That Muti man. A Muti man that we've gone 9 years with no trophies. That Muti man. I'm not afraid of any Muti man. Lebza says our second goal is coming. Let's see, guys. Let's see. My hope is that Supersport kicks on from here. Not necessarily to go win the game. I don't necessarily care who wins or loses this game. My thing is that can we at least see Supersport come in and go, okay, we're going to take the game to them, or we're going to play them, or we've gotten a chance to restart. We've gotten a chance to go back to 0-0 in our heads. How do we make it count a lot better? Again, you don't have to be reckless. You don't have to be stupid. You just have to be smart enough to catch Sundowns off a couple of times. If Chippa United can play pretty much no game versus Sundowns and have 3 clear-cut chances, surely Supersport should be able to do that too. Surely. I hope. Are you guys starting to notice that thing I was telling you, that Supersport gets excited and there's gaps that start appearing at the back? What they were doing well at the beginning of the first half is trying to make sure that the ball doesn't reach the final third. When it reaches the final third, there is so much movement. Tshwane, Esquivel, Lodge, Cirino, Allende sometimes is putting in shifts. When it reaches that final third, it's late. Don't all go. Yeah. Discipline. There we go. Far post boy. That's the word. Discipline. Hey, playing versus Sundowns takes discipline, guys. Tactical awareness, all of that stuff. You need all of it. Look. 6 defenders. No one was marking anyone. Fine, the ball got up, but no one was marking anyone. Oh, Nyoso. What a run. What a run. What a run. And what a ball from Muzungu. Nyoso just couldn't keep it down there. At least hit the keeper. Look at where he starts to run. What a run. The Supersport defenders. I call it. The Supersport defenders. I expect better from you. I expect better from you. I don't lie, OT. If you're not a Sundowns fan, you're against no matter what team they play. Guys, let me put it like this. Yeah, is there a part of me? Actually, there's not a part of me that wants to see Sundowns lose. I just want them to be challenged. And if that challenge comes with a loss, it's cool. But we've been watching Sundowns walk the league for how long? Walking it, man. We're kids, we're babies, we're numbers to Sundowns, right? So at least to challenge them, I get excited, right? But I support a team that hasn't won a trophy in 9 years. I can't support Pirates winning a trophy. I can't support Supersport winning the league. I can't support any of that. Kita support when we've got our own trophy in the hand. But up until then, I'm a fan of football when these games play. I want to see Sundowns play to the best of their abilities, as they usually do. And I also want to see other teams challenge them to use every bit of that best ability. That's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm a very simple football fan. I love matches with questions and answers. Issue is that when teams play Sundowns, they forget that they have to answer. But what are the questions if and then they go, who? And walk out of the exam room 2 hours later, having not answered anything. I just want to see Sundowns challenged. That's all. Because guys, okay, let's be honest. Sundowns is strong. I don't want to take anything away from Sundowns. How many games have Sundowns won straight up clear cut? Where they were on top from minute one. They created all types of chances. There was a 4-3-0. It was, the goals were like, hey, they were pulling people apart. Like you see that Lodge goal. They were pulling people apart and then they scored that goal. Remember what Tembazwane used to do to players? Oh, Robla. You will get chances versus Sundowns. Let's see the replay. He was first man to the ball so nicely there. Let's see the replay. Why are people shouting at the ref now? You can't be offside from a throw-in, so that's fine. Yeah, problem messed that up, man. Should have gone with the left, boy. You should have gone with the left. There's a player right behind you. You should have gone with the left foot. This goalkeeper does not make sure. Arubi. Could have been a penalty. I think I'm just more shocked that Krobler went for it with his right foot there. It's a pen, but it's 1-1. Bad calls. Ref needs to book players. No, it's a pen by virtue of contact. Krobler's an old man. They're shouting at him because why stop play when he's outside? Well, that's true. That's true. That is a good point, I guess. But why shout? One of our players, if they got Colina, remember Colina, that bold guy, that bold referee from Europe. Only we got Colina. Aha. And all these problems go PSL. Oh, should have let it go. Ooh, Cirino. Should have let it go, Cirino. Kanti, abuang, Spanish. Spanish salo na. Ako na tlogela polo in Spanish. Skip in Spanish. I don't know. I'm worried about Africa with these chances. I'm worried about Africa with the chances other teams are missing, says Calvin. Sinja says they're shouting at him for simulation. That ref is a legend on his own. Good is nice. Tell me about the ref. Tell me about the ref. Well, at the very least, we can say that it's 1-1. So Supersport is not dying. They still have a chance. Is this every game that Sundowns plays, everybody's hoping for them to lose? Is this how the Undertaker felt during that streak? Feels like that streak Undertaker, man. Everyone was coming and lining up and still not winning. Call me crazy. As strong as the Sundowns is, I feel like they're still beatable. You know? And I know it's an unfair statement to make because they're unbeaten in the league. But honestly, I feel like they're still beatable. I feel like our teams, they're too afraid. Lodge is on today. Hey, there was that run. Oh, that run that Lodge made. Kole Rulani. I love how they always show him walking into the change room early. I love Rulani. Rulani seems like somebody who's petty. I wish the other teams were that petty. Like, just watch Rulani go with however much time left. I know it's not that much, but I'd be so petty, guys. You know how halftime works on the show. You can request to come in. Let me just update my stuff, and we can talk about what we saw in the first half there. So how you do it is that at the bottom of your screen, there's a button that is going to appear. If you can open up, that's going to appear that says multi-guest. It's a button that has a blue figure hugging a pink figure. Feel free to request, but remember you have to be following me in order to jump in so we can have a conversation about what we've seen in this first half. In this first half, reporting live. Can't hear me. It's lit. It's lit at the stadium, Lebza. I'm man. Anyway, Sinjay with the partner. How are you?
Brad George, how are you?
Hi, man. I'm okay. They're giving us a week off.
Hey, this is when you know that this team is it's so irrelevant. It's when its fans go on to watch it live and then they watch your show at the same time. That's when you know.
What a speech.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a typical Sundowns game. And I agree with you. It's one of those questions, and we can't lie and say they are not
asking each other questions and answers in Tsovila terminology. I like the comeback from Supersport. I'm worried about that goalkeeper. I don't know. I think Supersport needs to sign a quality goalkeeper.
I get a Ghost can't play versus his parent club.
Yeah, I think they need to sign a goalkeeper. I think maybe they should approach what's this called, the assistant coach, yeah, Gavin Johnson.
Over my TV.
No, what's this, Peterson?
Peter, the assistant coach.
The assistant coach. I think they should approach him, and I think it's good. Listen, Sundowns is on a league of its own. You know, each and every attack is intentional. Each and every movement of the ball is intentional. They intentionally expose you where they want to expose you. Now, the biggest question that I think most coaches would ask is, where are they going to expose me? And I think that's when you fall directly into their space, into their game. So it's one of those.
But why change something
game.
that's working? We saw Supersport at the beginning of the game suffocating that connection between the back and the front, and you could see that separation between the Sundowns.
But how long do you think you can keep that up though? Because it takes a lot out of you to do that suffocation. It takes a lot of you. You cannot do it in patches. You have to do it consistently. And if you're not going to get an instant goal from that, a result from that suffocation, then you have just exhausted energy on an exercise that did not yield any fruits.
Okay.
Yeah, lastly, but no, you can go on. I was just going on because you know that it's got 94 people here and yet it's a derby. But anyway, it's fine.
I'm coming back. Hey, Barasnija. Pundo, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hey, kunjani lapho?
I'm right Mfundo man. Hey Tina, i-stress sethu sindlulile. Tell me Mfundo, uyibona njani iTshwane derby?
Fetha, the game is fucked up online.
Oh, not too
Referee
bad,
killed it.
Mfundo. Not too bad.
No, guys. Let us just be honest. Ref
But
killed
not
the
too
match from the
bad,
get.
because I get banned.
Yeah, but I don't understand Uguti why each and every time Sundowns have to be manipulated the way it's been. The ref, I don't understand. Undlovu, why he's still on the pitch? Undlovu in the grounding. How many times it cause an offense towards abadlali be-Sundowns, but then ref does not judge say play on. And what is the issue actually? What is the issue? Masisibuza nje kahle, what is the issue? Uthembi Koshi lodge, that was a penalty, clear penalty. But the ref judged against him. The foul ikaZungu azange judge. He said play on. So how are we supposed to play actually? How are we supposed to play as Sundowns? What kind of football are we able to play? So sometimes there are certain things in this football. That's why you don't see it growth when it comes to PSL, because the people that are running in PSL, they are not able to sort out a mistake from the get-go. And this thing is growing and growing and growing. End of the day, there's a lot of people that are complaining about the system and how the refs run the matches towards each and every time. There's always issues about ref South Africa. There's no clean game, there's no clean play. Actually, each and every time we have to fight nabo referee. Why you referee chacha kanje? Why you referee accuse abadlali kanje? Even on Saturday, you saw it on Saturday with Dabu, what happened. So each and every time we have to talk about the indaba yo referee.
Mfundo.
Let us just be honest.
Yeah.
A game, it's been killed by you referee from the get-go until now. It's pointless to watch it in second half because the game is already dead. The game is already dead. Let us not lie. The game is dead. The guys are playing so much, but the referee is killing. And it, like each and every time when it comes to Sundowns, He won't judge. He'll just say play on. Play
Okay.
on. Kanjani? How is that even possible?
I'm gonna come back. Guys, can you please, man? The language is not just for language sake. We get banned. So they have AI things monitoring our lives all the time. And yeah, we get messages and things afterwards. Malamekuso, welcome to the show. How are you?
Awu Mr. OT.
What's
Awu
going
bakhala
on?
bangashawanga abantu. No, labantu basile Mr. OT. Asile amasandawana. Someone must pull that ref aside and talk to the ref and say, Referee, you're doing a good job. But we can see that you're becoming nervous because they are abusing you. I've never seen the ref abused like this. Lodge is abusing the ref. Rulani is abusing the ref. They are just taking out all their stress on the ref. Firstly, if you've watched Luis Suarez do his thing in the box, you will know what manipulation is. And Lodge, he's not at that level, Suarez. He tries to stick his leg in between Ulona Kana Kimang, in between Ndlovu's legs, unprovoked. He stretches his leg into Ndlovu's legs. That is not a penalty. That is a booking. He tried to buy that penalty. Spot on decision by the ref to notice Uti Oloch is trying to cheat and con his way to a victory, as usual. And then Uzungu, he's touched Amakoxa Tachana, and then he falls like crocodile on Sarafina. You guys, where was he shot? If Tindana Macox, why are you falling from the top? The ref must be, and then Urulane, he screams at the ref. Ngazuti, it was a counter or some sort. They must behave. Uzungu, late. Yes, there was a touch, but it's unfair, Mr. Oti. And the very same people who are here saying Urev is killing the game, Urev denied the Supersport a clear and obvious penalty. Whether the ball had passed or not, Ukrobla was kicked unnecessarily, Mr. OT. Without the ball, no ball off the ball incident, that was a penalty, Mr. OT. But nyeke Supersport noma bangekho. Nyeke beze bekhala kangaka balokhe bathi hey bathi kureferee. That poor ref has been making good decisions. Ukrobla deserved that yellow card because now Ukrobla is out of order. You understand, Mr. OT? Sugar, it's fine. No more I'm biased. I'm telling you the truth. Ulodge tried
It's not
to
true
call
that you're
the ref.
speaking. Aye, there's
not
no
right.
truth.
Wait,
There's no truth.
Mfundo, I am
Stop being biased, bruh. Stop being biased.
Mfundo. There's decorum. There's decorum. We let you swear and we did not interrupt. Please, let us talk freely as well. Let me express my opinions. Nyabona, no, you can call me a Peter X all you want. I will tell the truth. The lies. Nyabona, no, you can call me a Peter. Now I'm hearing myself. There is a very nice voice. Can't you enjoy your voice? But I must say, please protect me. Thank you, Veli. But the nice thing I must say, the Nyoso he knows. We are seeing those late runs into the box from deep. I like the passes delivered to him. They can spot the runs. He's breaking that defense like a hot knife through butter. And also, great goal from Mutebuho Mukwena, a stunner. Even though it was prepared from signing a contract at Ricardo Cos. They knew which Ricardo Cos will be number one at Supersport, and they want a Ruby. They want a Ruby to be there. Angazi ukiwa goalkeeper, Bamshire from 45 yards at Ivela Pagati. What is he doing? He's not even diving to the side. He's diving into the poles. That's about Arubi Mara you could show with Batengi. What was that? But nonetheless,
Time.
all right.
I'm coming back. Veli Limtaka, how are you?
Ngiyaphila mafutha.
Hey, namhlanje ziyawa man, namhlanje ziyawa.
No, uyabuthi kusho uvela ngibhuqa amagama emloyeni nami bengisafuna ukuthi nayo Arubi is not make sure. Oh, that is coming from Tapua School of Goalkeeping. Dive kanjani. No, I know. Oh man,
Yeah, Kuluma Warubi at the beginning of the thing, Mara. I didn't want to say too much.
I know, but no, a beautiful game by Sundowns. But I think as a game in Jane, it's just good. Sundowns sometimes they're the victim of their own quality players that they have in the big squad. But sometimes I just feel game, it just need to sweep on Bula. No Rivera back, no Charlotte, they will score. That Supersport defense, it's very slow. Whenever Chianga Tamatreke, Jigule Pola Belvela on the left hand side, like 3 players, but Chiga, so they just need fast paced players up front. The goals will come. Supersport, but those two, I got Loch, Bongan, they were not fouls. Just mark them nice. There were no penalties there. Beautiful game to watch in Mdagababa. Angeke sila ukuthi I'm conflicted too much ukuthi ngoba ngapha ngiminyela ukuthi Supersport ingawini ukuthi iye ku number 2 futhi ngapha yilaba yazi ngibukele kabuhlungu.
That's why ngithe mina ngihlezi ngaphandle angizingeni kumnandi ngibukela ibhola angizingeni ezinye.
Uzithola ujump ungazi kumele uminyele kuphi manje ungakhona ubuye ukhumbule ukuthi hey bakususa ku number 2.
Okay, ngizobuya. Let me bring in Malums. Malums, how are you? Oh, Malums? Okay, we'll come back. Sinje, what can Supersport do differently in this second half to win this game? And what can Sundowns change?
Listen, first of all, I think Supersport needs to change his goalkeeper. That one. Listen, do you think that if you watch this game, do you know how many shots Sundowns have taken from range?
A lot.
It shows you that they know. Ghost told them that, just take shots. Come on, it's an empty
He
house.
sent a scouting report.
Listen, Ugos has spoken to Sundowns. I've spoken to this one. He's going to dive inside the penalty every time you shoot. It's okay. But anyway, going back from Supersport, I think they need to be collective. I think it's senior players. Just to be quickly, I think it's senior players need to take full responsibility. Abohlechwayo must do their job. That defense is being shaken. It's shaking like nobody's business. It's not nice. And this guy who just missed a clear-cut opportunity, Hopla, come on, man, bury those chances.
Okay, score prediction?
Prediction, I think 2-1 Sundowns, at West, 2-1 Supersport. I don't think there's going to be much goals.
Okay. Let me go to Mfundo. Mfundo, what can Supersport do better in this game to try win it? And what changes would you make as Sundowns to also try win this game?
When it comes to Supersport, there's nothing I can speak about. But when it comes to my team, they need to complete those passes, those box-to-box passes. They need to complete that and fix the attitude. The guys are lacking towards the attitude because of the ref. So if we can fix that and play the ball that we used to play, I'm telling you, 4 goals will be able to be scored. Right now, Roland needs to speak to them. They need to fix their attitude. They are able to see how the ref is orchestrating things right now. We need to fix that. Fix the attitude and complete those passes. Simple. It's Supersport back yakhona nje it's worse. West. The only thing that we need to do to complete those passes, and Lord, you have to make sure ama runs they are more quick, because we used to ushalulile about those quick crosses. So Lord, you need to up his game. If he's not able, put him on the bench, bring Ushalulile, then Ushalulile will complete the job. He knows his job.
So right now we need to fix the attitude. The only thing that we need to fix is the attitude, then we'll be able to play our ball. Let us not mind the ref. The ref has already done his job, killed the game, it's fine. Let us teach him that we are the best when it comes to winning games in South Africa. And we are still the kings of South Africa. No one will change that. So let us fix the attitude. Each and everything is sorted.
Okay. No, Mfunda, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What
Mr. OT.
do both teams need to do in order to win this game?
Firstly, the ref must improve and give Supersport their due penalties. But they are not mentioning what they are benefiting at the same time. When Solomon Mahlangu died, he said, "Tell my people to continue the good fight." I think the referee heard what Solomon Mahlangu said and is continuing the good fight against corruption. Viva referee, viva! But anyway, Mr. Oti. The Supersport needs to be more direct, Mr. Ucha. I think he's been subbed. But if you are still on the pitch, I would have said they should keep pinging balls towards Ukhrobla, Mr. Uti. And Osipombule would definitely unlock this game. Because he's very much similar to Utebogo Mokoena. Like I always say, Utebogo Mokoena, Sipombule, and Jeremy Weber are like Fanta Coke, King, Fanta Orange, Fanta Pine, and Fanta Grape. They're very much the same thing, just different flavors. They all pick a good shot, bazokshaya walahla nje, bazokudribble and bazokushaya, and they will outrun you. So if you unleash Sipombule and Siambono Arubi ulahlile, hey, sazomfreisha, Mr. Witty. And maybe if Sundowns can also adopt or go back to a striker. The three guys are very good, but man, Inok connect because Lodge almost did something. Inok connect in a sense of which Bashama cut back, yet you find which there's no one ready to who has the killer instinct to finish immediately. And understand they still want to do over elaborate things. Ki cut back, which is why you see when I shoot Ali frustrated. Had maybe Shalulilo or Ripero been there, it could have been my first time tapping Prasipola Hure. So maybe they could try and adopt issue a striker again.
Okay. Score prediction.
I on this one 2-2, Mr. OT. Well, depending on what Arubi feels like. If he continues, it can be 4-2.
No, whatever. So thank you so much for jumping in there, guys. It is the second half. I might keep it open. I'll see how I feel. I see Steph is in the comments. Steph, congratulations. Those who don't know. Okay, guys, look. Here's what I think. I think Supersport was doing a lot of good things at the beginning of this game. Supersport was not necessarily pressing Sundowns, but they were closing down the lanes in which Sundowns progressed the ball. And that made it very hard for the front guys to get the ball, because the moment the ball gets to the top, gets to those four, Martinez Lodge, Sereno, and Martinez Lodge, Sereno, and then Allende. Even Tshwane, even though I haven't seen much of Tshwane. But anyway, the moment he gets there, a lot can happen. The movement is too much for any defense to hold down when they are all up there. So I think Supersport was doing very well at the beginning of the game to keep his Sundowns back by not allowing them to progress the ball up through them, and they'd have to go up, which won them the ball a lot, right? I think that has broken down. The one thing I agree with Malume Kutso is, from what Malume Kutso said, he spoke about how there's no one marshalling the Supersport defense. I made a comment before the half ended that there's four of them, or six defensive players within the box, but they're all looking at each other. No one's seeing the secondary run. No one's seeing the top of the box run. No one is looking for the P-spot run. They were just all running around, tibang. And where they're not doing that, they're ball watching, so the ball gets played over them, similar to when Lodge got that chance to hit it over, and then all of that stuff happened. When all that happened, there's the whole defense, there's the whole Tyson Tlatswayo, who's meant to be one of the most experienced players. He's meant to be marshalling that defense and keeping them together, but it's not happening. right? I think Sundowns can win this game. But the issue with Sundowns right now is that there's too many creative players. I used to complain about this with Orlando Pirates. Guti, when you've got too many players, like too many players, just there with wanting to touch the ball and make runs and do all these things, you end up doing too much. And you end up, Loch is looking for a run, Sereno's looking for a run, Allender's looking for a run, Martinez is looking for a run, Martinez is trying to play pinpoint crosses instead of shooting, or pinpoint passes instead of shooting. They lack somebody who can focus that attack up there. But it is still dangerous when they get it up the pitch. In Supersport, like Malume Kuto said at the end, they need to be a little bit more direct. You're going to get chances versus Sundowns, but you need to show that you're going to take these chances when you do get them. When you get the ball, you can't dilly-dally and hope that the ball will get to the front. You have to be very intentional in how you play. And I was expecting, I'm not going to lie, a lot more from Campbell and Grobler, especially for them in terms of when they counter, when they transition, when they win the ball back up high. I was expecting those two to have combined a lot more in that first half and given Sundowns a lot of worry. Guys, playing Sundowns, I believe, I don't think you win the game tactically. I don't think you come out and you overwhelm them with your incredible tactics. I think all you need to do versus Sundowns is show that you have viable threats all over the pitch, or at least up front. Show that they cannot take you for granted, Chandre. They cannot take you for granted, Grobler. You need to show them that and to get them thinking. But for now, Sundowns understands that Supersport is not necessarily going to come forward, especially now in the second half with Grobler off. They're going to be hoping for a set play somewhere. So for the most part, when it's open, they'll have the game and they'll have control of the game and be able to take the game by the scruff of the neck because nobody else is attacking them or coming at them like that. That's Gumnandi when you're playing against somebody who's not hitting you back. You get what I mean? Somebody's not hitting you back, because then you get to go, man, let me go forward and bring more people forward and do more riskier things, because I know that the risk has been lessened. Whereas when Sundowns plays against Pirates, for example, Pirates is the dangerous team, like it or not. So Rulani has to come into that game with a little bit of caution. Maybe they're not as free. They can't play as free, for example. Not that Pirates is beating Sundowns like that outside of in cup games, So I need to see a little bit more from his Supersport, man. More from teams that play Sundowns. This game is looking like a lot of Sundowns games, guys. It's looking like a lot of Sundowns games where we watch Sundowns play football and try and change, and Lodge will swap flanks and they'll experiment, and this one will push forward and that one will go. Guys, man. Can people fight? Guys, I'm going to keep it open. Feel free to jump in. Let's have a conversation as this second half is going on about what we are seeing. Guys, also, my first interview is up. I have an interview with Coach Vusmuzi Vilagazi, the head coach of Richards Bay. We speak about social media, coaching young players, modern coaching and things like that. If you really want to watch that and you really want to support me, head on over to YouTube, Overthinking Football Show on YouTube. It is there, it's 35 minutes. Listen to a very good conversation. I'm going to be getting more of those conversations. I'm going to be asking you guys to give me questions and things as I announce them in due course. So please support me that way at the end of the game. Even now, on my profile, there's a link there. Just go watch that thing. So yeah, guys, I'm going to keep it open. Let me see if Lebza can hear me. Lebza is reporting live from Loftus Stadium right now. He's there with his daughter. It's a family day. Where are you hiding, Lebza, now?
Hey man, today my biggest regret is bringing my daughter to the stadium. She's asleep and I'm carrying her. I'm sitting down and not even enjoying singing. I don't know why I brought her to the stadium. I'm literally just sitting down now and I'm out. But other than that, I'm enjoying the game.
How are you seeing it? from the stadium?
I think I don't see where our goal is gonna come from. I just see the game remaining exactly like this, but I'm hoping that we do actually end up with a goal that makes it 2-1. But so far, I don't see where our goal is gonna come from. But hopefully, something changes and we penetrate the box better. So we'll see.
Can you just quickly, before I let you go, there seems to be a gap between your attack and your defense. There isn't necessarily people who can connect there. What's happening there?
Hi, man. Today, I think it's a matter of Supersport knowing exactly how to shut us down, knowing where to unlink our players. So I think they came with a plan. So yeah, I can't say we're doing anything wrong, but at the same time, Supersport has a plan to close us down. That's just my opinion from what I can see now.
Let me let you get back into the game. Hey, that kind of regret. Umisa kai mwana on a school night. Umisa kai.
Hey, bruh. Hey, I had my helper was not available, so I had to take her to the stadium because her mother works in Kenya, so we stayed together, just the two of us. It's crazy.
I know, but at least you have these memories, man. Hopefully, there's a win. Thank you, Lebza. Lebza is at the stadium. Okay, so as we're seeing from this game right now, guys, please remember, add 45 minutes to whatever my timer says, and you'll have the time of the game. We are in the second half. It's 57 minutes in right now. It's 1-1. What tends to happen when teams play Sundowns is either they come out swinging and they lose steam at some point, or they come out with a plan and they can't sustain that plan for the full game. And you start seeing them coming apart in the second half. I think Supersport's plan is starting to show its holes now in the second half. And Sundowns is getting a little bit more joy there in their final third. What was interesting about that first half was that Supersport had closed the pathway so much that the Sundowns couldn't necessarily play the ball up all the way to their front players. I said in the first half that it was like the team is separated 5-5 or 4-6, and they can't seem to find each other. But in the second half, the holes in that midfield, their Supersport, maybe it's because they're tired, I don't know, but they're starting to show. And Sundowns has been on the attack for a little bit here. Supersport will be hoping for set play goals, as you see now. We'll see if they can get something from this free kick that they have here on the side. But Sundowns has truly come alive here in the second half, and more of the holes there by Supersport are being exposed as the game goes along. I still want Supersport to be a little bit more direct with their gameplay. There we go. There's the directness. Take your chance, boy. You're not going to get another one. Take your chance. Honestly, the guys are not connecting. A super sub is needed, someone who will be able to deliver. But no, I think you need to sacrifice somebody from that front, guys. I think somebody, Tshwane, Allende, Esquivel, Loch, and Serino, one or two of them have to come off. I think they're crowding each other there, and you've thrown so many people into attack that you're missing that little bit of a link. So somebody either has to come off or has to drop back. And I don't think Tshwane is that strong dropping back. Maybe Serino could do the job. Maybe he could do that job. But yeah, you're missing a connector there. We know Mokoena is a hard worker. That's pretty much his job there, to clean up for the others and make sure that they can play beautifully. Paruzungu naye, he seems to be a little bit too far back to be that effective. It's the Sundowns team is lacking that Kutsia kana on the left ki Mudiba, Kutsia Mudiba. They come into the midfield and become playmakers, which allows Allende to have more people to play make when it gets too heavy for him. and it also allows Zwane to have people that connect the game. I think that's what Sundowns is missing in this particular game, that there's nobody who's playing the secondary midfielder role. Zungu's too far back to be effective up front or effective in getting the ball into up front areas. And I think Mukwena, it's never been his role. I think Allende is running around, and because he doesn't have that cover or that extra playmaker in the midfield, there's no one there. So, yeah, they need to fix that. There's a disconnect. There's a forward team, there's a forward part of the team and a back part of the team, and they're not talking to each other as well as they usually do when Sundowns plays. For me, Martinez and Zwane. Yes, yeah, Martinez and Zwane. You have to sacrifice them. You have to sacrifice them. I think you guys can only at max play with 3 of those type of players. Having 5 players that run around and do all of that thing, it doesn't work out. There's just too many of them. Or at least sacrifice one and bring in a Shalulile, for example, somebody who can finish. Because oh, all that setup and then you hit it straight into the wall. Okay. Oh, Campbell Umfanomngane has been quiet this game, man. Oh, almost a nice ball. Almost a nice ball. Hey, Campbell is going to look good because Sundowns next season. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. We don't know that that's going to happen. Okay. So the game stays 1-1. We are 62 minutes in. Sundowns is being forced to do some very uncharacteristically Sundowns things. Long balls, high balls, you know. My worry about his Sundowns is that Loch is going to get bored. When Loch gets bored, he's going to try to drop back and do other things. Look at where Allender's popping up. Oh. Ooh, almost a great ball there. Dunyalo, almost a great ball. I know, niskautile, guys. Ay, niskautile. Give him a yellow. Give Rulani a yellow as well. Why is everybody shouting at everyone? Agent says the Avengers are coming in now. Let's see the Avengers. Who are the Avengers? Nvutile. Rulani is really abusing the ref sham. Ref is being humble, man. Sometimes you must just take out a warning card. Everybody's been a little bit too comfortable with him. This ref wants us. We're not a violent bunch, but this is provocation. Look at Sundowns playing route 1 ball. Ziawa. Guys, there's Zwane been on the pitch, guys. Oh, there he is. Zwane in a defensive area. I don't know, man. How are you meant to make third man runs when everyone is the third man up there? I think that's what's confusing Uzwane today or making him less effective. Everyone is making the run. All the players are looking to make that run. Usually there's discipline. Ribeiro, when Loch is not on the pitch, Ribeiro usually stays in that striker-ish position. Shalulile is also not one to come back and play too much of the ball. It makes Zwane's runs effective, but they're all looking to make the same run. And I think Supersport has realized that, man, these guys are not dangerous. Okay, let's see. Shalulile is coming on, as well as Matthews, direct player. So Rulani is going to look for some directness. And Umbule. Zeng zeng. This ref wants, Colina would not approve of this. Colina. Think you're going to shout at Colina. Problem is today is collecting balls from deep. That's what I'm saying, agent. That's why I'm like, you need to sacrifice somebody. You need to sacrifice somebody. Everybody's playing the Zwane role. And they're asking Zwane to play something that he doesn't play. So I can understand why he's not effective in this game. Does this again point to maybe Zwane's time is ticking? Maybe Zwane's time in this team, you know? Maybe Rulani is trying to make him, you know, as a player as mature, move him into midfield as a mature player. Eh? Let Zwane become Perlo for a little bit. Maybe he's trying to do that, but it's not working out. It's not working out. What I will say though, this front three looks better than the front three of Ribeiro, Shalulile, and Loch. And I think the front three of Ribeiro, Cirino, and kind of who was playing, is it Martinez? Those three, they look incredible. Unfortunately, Ribeiro, stage man, I could say stage man. That one looks scary. Another goal by Matthews. OT, that's going to be a match winner. Abuti Kuto says Matthews will use the space in behind with his pace. Yeah, there is space. There is space. I just feel as though you need one player. You need one of those players to not be creative, if that makes sense. You just need to assign the role to one of them. I would have thought Cirino would have been more of that role to assist Allende, to be honest with you. But now Cirino Kichi, man, you don't know why Kichi. Oh, here comes that question. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the starting lineup. Sasha, Mendieta, Butwil, Nyango, Allende Esquivel, Allende Esquivel. 6. One of them is probably a trick. Like one of them is probably no, but he has citizenship type shandies. I didn't count Cirino on purpose. Guys, why punch the ball? I forgot to count. He plays for Sundowns. I think the Sundowns fans will be able to answer that. I know that there's some registration things that they've done to avoid this. So I think the Sundowns fans will be better. We had the question yesterday and it was answered by Sundowns fans. So I think Sundowns fans can step in on the foreigners issue. I believe it's a registration thing, or some of them are technically naturalized. Technically, you know, it's those type of things. I didn't count Cirino. I think, okay, maybe Agent, explain these ones for Uzweli in the comments. We've got Allende Esquivel, who had started the game. Allende Esquivel. Then you've got Onyango, Putil, Mendieta. Okay, yeah, so that's a 5. Shalulile, 6. So, if someone can explain. Yeah, Tembazwan, it was not his game, guys. It was not his game today, Tembazwan. Onyango is naturalized. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So it's the 5 that they're allowed to have is Allende Esquivel, Onyango, Butwil, Mendieta, Shalulile. Okay. Oh, Shanre Campbell is coming off. Consolidation time. Is it consolidation time? Well, your substitutions are going to make you guys a lot more direct up front. Shasha is not going to play a 1-2 for no reason. He wants to score. I think Mbule is a lot more aggressive. And also, Matthews on that left-hand side, you know, he's still got that new car smell. Eh? Wants to go everywhere. Shasha has been here for 1,000 years. Does he count as naturalized? Playing for Namibia? I don't know. Yeah. Agent Khanti, where's our Muda Umoran Mudiba? They're resting, guys. They're resting. Pelayo guys' schedule is something else. That's what I'll give credit to Sundowns for over and over and over. That schedule and the amount of games they play is insane. They play almost every 3 days. There's a Sundowns game. It's insane. But luckily, Rulani has left that non-rotation policy of his, and he's starting to bring in the other guys to make sure that people can be fresh for when he needs to call on them, can be game ready when he needs to call on them. Yo, a lot is happening on the YouTube comments. A lot is happening. Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for watching there on YouTube. But let's see. We've all been talking about Sundowns not getting out of second gear. Let's see what third and fourth and fifth gear look like against Supersport. Oh, Mbule. What's our sharpest spy to that? Get up. Oh, get up. Not a time to be dramatic now. 73 minutes in is still 1-1. As it stands, Sundowns is still unbeaten, but they would have given up their 4th draw of the season. Still not a bad return. Not at all. Now they're playing, there's some sense of urgency to score, says Zulebucha. Lunga Shalulile, Alenda Ribeiro, Onyango, Nazir, Putul, Esquivel. I think Nazir has been deregistered. Sirino counts as South African now. I'm hearing Dennis Onyango counts as South African now. I think Lunga is in the same boat, naturalization-wise. So I think we're looking at Shasha, Ribeiro, Ryan Onyango, Butul Esquivel, and Mendieta. Those are the foreign players. If I'm not mistaken. Sundowns fans, correct me if I'm wrong. Nazo, you see the balls now. And you know what Shasha's going to go do there? Shasha's just going to go hit. Shasha wants to hit the net, guys. I'm not going to get no fancy things with Shasha. Extra passes for no reason in his box. Malume Kuto, does Shasha count as a naturalized citizen, seeing as he plays for Namibia? Because I know Sirino can play for Bafana Bafana. I don't know if it's a denouncement of his other citizenship or what, but I get it, there's that. So what is the rule there? Also, is there maybe a rule, and this is now I'm asking the guys in the comments for those who know, is there a rule for time served that if we're saying Shasha, for example, has been here since Highlands Park and has been here for a while, is there maybe a loophole that allows him to bypass that rule? Maybe, I don't know, guys in the comments. Don't you think this Mtungwana is needed at Bafana Bafana? Ooh. Could he play Hugo's system? Could he play Hugo's system? Interesting. I didn't know, Malume Kuts. I didn't know. I thought it was a hard and fast rule, especially with the sports side, that you're actually playing a sport here. But okay, no, that's fine. Then Onyango's in the same boat. Shasha's in the same boat. So that means that from that list, let's see. Let me go back to that list. So okay, we can count Lunga. We don't count Shalulile, Allende Ribeiro. You don't count Onyango. I don't know about Brian. Feels like he's been here 5 years, but so Lunga, Allende Ribeiro, Onyango. Nazir has been deregistered. Butul, Esquivel, and Mendieta. Mendieta also 5 years, isn't it? Mendieta should be 5 years also, isn't it? Yeah, basically. 77 minutes. Can Supersport sneak a win, or will Sundowns add a W? Well, add a W to, or can Sundowns add a W to that unbeaten run? It's an open game now. It's a very open game now. They're going back and forth a lot. Oh, speaking of foreigners, Walter Steenbok says Safa is trying very hard to get qualifying players to be naturalized or to have their allegiances switched. Apparently, it's something that they've been looking into as Safa. You guys are failing. So you guys are failing to beat Supersport even when they don't have a keeper. You guys are so salty. Hey, you guys are salty, man. Ruby's been bad though. Supersport is playing with 12 players today. One might argue they're playing with 10 and Arubi's for you guys, but you're not using him. We've got about 15 minutes left of this game. Actually, I'd say about 12, 13 minutes left of this game, including referees' additional time. It's been an okay game. Like, Sundowns have been sloppy in the final third. Supersport have been resolute. They've been strong, but they didn't really offer anything going forward, especially after Grobler went out injured. I think it was his shoulder that was gone there. But yeah, Sundowns is taking too long with the ball, man. Taking too long, way too long. This means Hotto is also a South African while playing for Namibian. Yeah, seems that way. It's your Kaizer Chiefs OT Pirates fans. Pirates fans are really guys. The plan is to bring Supersport back to number 2. They have that deal. Is that the deal, Nku? There's no sense of urgency to get another goal. I thought there'd be a lot more urgency with Mbule coming on, with Williams coming on. But I think the issue for me, Nazo, hey, Arubi. The issue for me is that Williams is lining up as the third striker. He's doing exactly what the previous guys were doing. That's why it's not working out. I think if he was to step a little bit wider, they're all trying to make the same run. They're all trying to make the same run. And I think it's hurting them. I don't know why they're all trying to make the same run. They're lining up as if there's 3 strikers on the pitch. Sireno should be more of a 10 with Allende. No Martinez. Martinez I think has come off now. But anyway, they need more of a 10 to be just in front of the defense. And then give some width with Matthews. Push Lunga up, overload the side, allow Matthews to run into the corridor there. But Matthews, look at where he's running. He's lighting up. It doesn't make sense, this thing, man. For once, it doesn't make sense. Pega, leave me alone, Pega. Please leave me alone. Oh. Top 8 team you're talking about. We could have been top 3. OT Supersport is Sundown storage warehouse. 50% of our players are from them. We treat them nice. Can I please play Sundowns on Saturday? Hungry will waste my time. You want to do it yourself rather, Sam. 82 minutes in. There was an interesting question interesting conversation we had yesterday, where I asked the question that Sundowns struggles to score, most games. Sundowns doesn't, and we've been debating and saying that maybe it's because they are saving energy, this is how they play, blah, blah, blah. But Sundowns struggles to score. And the question I was asking yesterday was, when push comes to shove, and let's say you're not playing Supersport, let's say you're playing Al Ali, and I know Al Ali is a bad example to use, but it's a final versus Al Ali. It's 1-1. How are they going to score? Where do they look to score? What is the move? I'm gonna give them the same treatment I give the other PSL teams. What is the move? Even today, outside of the shot, how many clear-cut chances the Sundowns created? Outside of the shot. And I don't want to hear about tripping, what, that happens. How many clear-cut chances have they created? So would that catch up to them at some point? Is the question that I'm asking. Is that going to catch up to them? As good as nice as saying that, but most teams park the bus. True. But what happens when Al Ali parks the bus in the Champions League final? What happens? Or a semi-final. It's 1-1. Again, it's unfair. I know Sundowns wins in SA. It's a hypothetical. What happens when it's 1-1 or 2-1, similar to the We Dead game, and We Dead arrives here and they can park the bus, or they park the bus? What will happen there? Because I think that has been, not the downfall of Sundowns in the Champions League, but that is part of the problem. Is those are the questions that you get asked elsewhere. Sundowns played different in the CL. True, but they haven't won it. Would you not see a repeat of the 2-2 we did? Is it last season? What's the button? Where do you press? And okay, I know I'm being unfair. To be fair to them, Ribeiro probably comes back and maybe can give you something. Or Ribeiro. But other than him, Oh, deep cross. What are you doing? It was Lakay. Lakay got in 2 very good positions today and couldn't do something with it. Farao, thank you. Sililo, how are you doing? Guys, follow if you have not followed, man. Just click on the follow button, whether you follow on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. On other days, it's not just me talking. We have very lively live shows. I win. Here's the goal. Oh. Yeah, Shasha's time is ticking, man. Is he watching these kids that are coming in? Oh, Gavin. Oh, you, Gavin. He's even sweating down the front. Watch his Loftus. Tibang. This is where Sundowns scores. Tibang. Yeah, Andres. I'm not gonna read. Mara Andres, you wanna get me in trouble? Corner Mamelodi Sundowns. Bill 1-1. We need Gavin at Chiefs, says Bafana. Imagine what he can do with the kids we have there. We had him. And your team decided to let him go. We had him. He was right there. What is this 1v1 thing? What is this 1v1 thing that Sundowns is trying to play? I don't understand it. Let Williams go to the side. Not Williams. Matthews. Let Matthews go to the side. Let him terrorize that defense with Umbule assisting. Even Morena's on the pitch now. What is going on, guys? What is going on? Is it a new tactic? Is this the chameleon again? That you guys are playing 3 strikers, essentially. Trying to get a ball over the top versus a low block. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm going to say about my 4 minutes left of this game. Just waste time, Arubi. It's okay, my guy. Just waste time. That's all you need to do. Waste that time. Can Sundowns get something back here? Oh, that was a nice run. That was a nice run by Shasha. Sundowns, Rebecca Kachelete, man. Tshwanetse re betšhe ka tšhelete. Nna ke batla tšhelete. Mr. Mtsipe, my account details on the profile. Whoever's listening who's close to him. Kenya riding. This can become overthinking Sundowns very quickly. Shot. You. Yeah, the Betway today. Mara ke Supersport, guys. Ke Supersport. Matthews was on TikTok earlier today. It's funny. You know how many, I don't know about Matthews, I'm just saying, how many people watch this show? And speaking of Supersport, I had met oh wow, sorry about that. Keegan Allen coming on. Jeez, I had met with Keegan Johannes Kiggs the other day, and he was like, yeah, he watches the show, so all the people that are talking a lot know that PSL players listen, guys. AB must belong to Chiefs. Actually, it would be an upgrade on Utove. And he'd get a lot of the ball, so his technical skills would be great, I guess. Plus, we play in a 4, so he's never going to be exposed that much when he's playing left back. It could work. It could work. It'd probably ruin him, though, but it could work. Last 2 minutes. Can Supersport steal it at the death? Or can Sundowns continue the unbeaten run with a win? Find out next on Dragon Ball. We're fighting no one but trying to fix South African football. Yeah, Malume, so they're listening, Pella. You never know who's got better accounts here. You never know. Oh, Fistos carry last minute. Game ya fella, Fistos arrives. Counter. There's the pass. Oh my word. Why did he? I'm sorry, guys. Did you guys see the run? Hey, keep going back. Stop going back. No, Supersport. Supersport like this. Balume Kutso. You've got the run. You've got more men in attack. You turn around. Why? Counter. Offside. How? Why would you run? Jesus Christ. Gavin? Gavin? It's actually very... Is it close? Ay, Marai. There we go. 4th draw of the season for Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm going to open up, guys. Let's have a conversation, then we can close it. Balume Kutso, 4th draw of the season. Good return.
They said it, hey, great performance. Look at the benefit there at the end. Look at the benefit. Ref is killing the game. Look at the benefit. He's ruining the game. Look at that benefit. 1-on-1. Pumilu boy. Cut the game, boy. That's why Coach Gavin, Upelo is out of words. He's like, Suga, I equally. You know, there are things you can argue. But as in you I know flop lines, man. I know flop.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Urevri, I'll just accept because Bakala Kula, I'll say he was bad for both, but I really believe he was bad for one side. The others went really fouls. It's just spoiled brats crying for things that they usually get undeservedly. However, they like a cutting edge, Mr. Uti. I think it's Fuge's mental Uti. They can switch gears whenever they want. It's really not bad. That is their level. They understand. But I think the positive they can take from this game is that they got to give our players who usually don't play a run, you know, and they're getting more game time into those legs and understand. Ulodge, depending on how you assess the game, he did very well. Yeah, I understand that. If you're looking at it from a conversion point of view, then he did horribly. But if you're looking at it from execution and my instruction, the lodge that they know, the Nyoso that they know, then you give it to him. He made those telling runs. He was always an option, a threat, wire. But also, I think for Sundowns, they can take it as a learning curve to say, yes, we've got these tins, whatever they call them, but these fancy wingers, but they actually do need a striker. And a player like Shalulile and a player like Ribeiro will forever be important and pivotal to this very team. Sometimes we overrate other players for their contribution, but we underrate these the workman-like players. Thank you to the person who gifted me. We underrate these workmen-like players, your Chalulilos, your Ribeiros, your Buenas, and maybe it's time to also strengthen up front, because if you look at Oshalulile, he's the only actual striker.
Yeah.
Ribeiro is a converted striker. He's banging in the goals that we can give him, but I don't know. Like Oshalulile, hey, Kalan Lamash. Oshalulile make a fagama cross. He will be able to hit those balls. I don't know if heading is Ribeiro's strong point. I get a moving forward into
Yeah.
tougher games like a CAF competition. So maybe if I don't know if they've got someone on the bench that I'm missing, but game me, I'm limited to Shalulile and Ribeiro. And actually, what we're seeing right now is just a problem raising its ugly head again. During AFL, is it AFL, yeah, African Football League, this was the case where Ribeiro and Shasha were not available and goals were hard to come by, to a point that the two guys had to come back injured. And actually, when they came in injured, Sundowns was banging in goals and they took the cup using those injured players. So maybe they need someone to deputize. I understand that, Mr. OT.
Very quickly, very quickly. Does this performance and maybe some of the performances we've seen for the draws show that teams can get something out of these games and it's not as straightforward as we like to make it seem?
Look, for me, Mr. OT, they've been playing like this the entire season. They've been getting lucky breaks. And I like the word benefiting, because it suggests you benefiting from the referee's mistake. As to whether the mistake was commissioned or not is neither here nor there. So they've been getting those lucky falls, I understand. And a lot of teams could have taken the game by the scruff of their neck. A lot of the teams, I mean, when I know you see a mentality at that striker. Can I get man that strike? Mahlang.
Yeah.
He's a striker. He doesn't even lift his head to look in an attacking direction at all. Instead, he takes the ball and passes it. Is your fear good right back when he was in an advanced position and Allen was breaking? He just decides to pass it right back. And then mere moments later, we see an experienced player, Utsuga Manja, do the exact same thing. Instead of turning and playing a pass to a winger or whoever was advancing there, laying a nice through ball there in front for them to, at least, if because Batugile we can see, just lay a nice pass so that Africa shy first time, because two touches once they have two touches they have to pass come. So it's not only a problem Supersport. A lot of teams approach the game like those two players with no intention to cause harm to Sundowns. They just want to play the 90 minutes. They're not being positive at all. I can't believe that a striker like Juga Manja, who was bold enough to leave your Orlando Pirates, because, I mean, we are abusing him unfairly, can do that. Isn't he a top strike? How does he do that? I can excuse Umasang. He's a newbie. Juga Manja.
For time, Malume Kusa, I'm gonna step in there. Thank you, Malume Kusa. We'll dissect the game properly tomorrow. Kolani, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Mr. OT.
Uti in your game. 1-1, fourth draw.
It's out from my point. But we can't win them all, Mr. OT. I'll say we have a very good first half. Come second half, I think we struggle. And also my subs were too. It didn't bring anything in terms of improving our game.
Yeah.
Abo Sipo, they were losing passes, they were failing to trap the ball. Abo Shadeli, they were running all over the place. So it's very rare ukuthi ubone ama-subs Sundowns engalethi ushintsho egamini. But all in all, Mr. Oti, yeah, we can't win them all.
Before
Good job by Supersport,
Yeah.
and also we could see they came in to this game just to totally point and then move on.
I want to ask you before we speak about the subs. I wanted to ask you about that starting lineup. Is there a case of Guti man? Sundowns was doing something that I have not seen them do, where instead of the 4 or 3 players up front combining or coming back, ingathi bonke man, they were waiting for that ball over the top. That never came. They were lining up with the defenders. What's happening there? What's the cause of that, do you think?
Maybe it's system match. I'm not sure, Mr. Otsi, but first half, I really liked Amaranza Lodge because you could see Uzungu was meant for a deep line playmaker, and Bawabona Amaranza Lodge. So I think Fagu Lodge is the reason why we changed maybe our tactics in terms of Amaran, because Esquivel was also doing the same thing on the other side. So yeah, maybe today we came with a different game plan. It worked. It looked good Kaleni, like first half, but second half I think our players were a bit emotional because our decisions are ref. Of which I don't have a problem with the decisions are ref, Mr. Otsi. Wonke umuntu benefit.
Life.
So yeah. Namhlanje ibona kusasa it might be me, it might be us. So yeah, I can't complain kangako. But urefa ubukeka ngekho fit, like in terms of pace game. I was not convinced in the fitness ref.
Yeah. Okay, no.
Sure.
Colin, you know we're gonna speak about it tomorrow properly. Fistos, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, greetings, gents. How's everyone doing?
No, we're always good. Fistos, I know you had a bit of load shedding there. What did you see from this game? What did you think?
Oti, there's one thing that I want to highlight here. In most cases, we look at the team that are being favored by us. For an example, Sundowns supporters, they are not happy with the results of today. But we are forgetting that Supersport as a team, they've got a plan in place. They've got counter tactics to ensure that Sundowns does not enjoy their free-flowing football. So it should not be one-sided. We cannot all the time expect Sundowns to win. We cannot expect Sundowns all the time having those 1,000 passes that they are dreaming about. Football is also about the other team. How properly can they do their homework when they come to the field of play? Supersport came and played very well, and they've also got a plan. So we must also give credit to say that Sundowns didn't have it as the way they wish it. So I would like to give credit to Gavin Hunt, because you look at his team. His team, in most cases, they're changing because of injuries and unavailability of the players that are regarded as senior players like Abokulu and so forth. But also credit must be given to Supersport. As much as people love Sundowns, as much as people were expecting Sundowns to walk over Supersport, but we have to remember that this is a football team that came to play this game with a strategy to win and counter what Sundowns is doing good.
No.
That is something that we need to understand. Like, when any team is playing, the opponents, they also got a plan. the opponents are also executing their plan. It will never always be the team that we favor. We can complain now saying that Abo Lodge, they were slippering, Abo Lodge, they couldn't pass, they could. Let's also consider that the team also had a plan to make sure that they put pressure when the ball is passed to Lodge, which when a ball is passed to a player, obviously you'll panic, you'll make those errors, and the opponents will win the ball. That's how football is being played. We play football based on the mistakes. Sorry, you can continue.
More teams, should this give hope to more teams that if Supersport can do it, surely more teams can come with a plan, because for the most part, it hasn't been what we've been seeing when teams play versus Sundowns.
Mr. OT, I'll make an example of one team that I've always watched when they are playing against Sundowns. And by that time, they were coached by Coach Mamila, Chipa United. That team plays very, very good football every time when they play to Sundowns. It clearly means that they've got a plan in place and they understand the style of play from Mamelodi Sundowns. So for them, they also improve and it gets to the next level. That's why you'll find out Sundowns will win 1-0, 2-1 against Chipa United, because there is a plan that they've put in place, which at the end of the day, they want positive results. Supersport today, they've done very well. They had opportunities to win the game. That means it's a team that they also strategize to say that, guys, let's not go pound to pound with them, but let's wait for those moments. That's how you play, that's how you plan, and that's how they executed the game. And it worked very well.
I know. Christos, thank you so much for those wise words. Let's not just look at Abo Sundowns. We're gonna go deeper into this game tomorrow, guys, on the normal show. For those who don't know, follow if you have not followed. The normal show is Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. It's only on watch-alongs, wait at 7:30. Let me go to Maronza. Maronza, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Hi, Maronza. Mina gule vigi, I'm
Can you
gonna
hear
be
me?
happy. Gule vigi, I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Tell me, Maronza, what did you think of this game?
Man, Ash, I'm starting to see a Sundowns that play one half. I don't know. Maybe it is me, but I'm starting to see a Sundowns that play one half. Look, against Amazulu, same thing. Against Chipa United, same thing. So I'm starting to see a Sundowns that is losing something. I don't know. They're starting to be the Sundowns that we saw when the league started. We were confused and all that. I think we're going back to that again now. I'm starting to get confused with what are they playing actually? What are they planning when they're approaching the games? You know? And if last time when I was talking to you, I said, if teams do not take their chances, Sundowns will continue winning their games. Sundowns will continue dominating. Because teams do not want to take their chances. When Sundowns get their chances, they take their chances. So I think I feel even today Supersport supposed to win the game, according to what I saw. But same thing as the last game, Chiba United supposed to win the game. Yeah.
Same thing as many
Amazon
games this
first half.
season.
Many games, So I feel teams are not playing Sundowns. They're playing against the result that Sundowns have obtained within the previous games. That's what I see. I don't see teams playing against Sundowns. So that is the problem. They're playing against the results. They're playing against the history of Sundowns. That's the problem that we're having now. Let's say, and Sundowns, they're missing Shishi. Point of reference. They're missing Mudau. There's the same thing as Pirates when they're missing Mako. Same thing. So Sundowns are missing those two guys. To be honest, Ribeiro, yes, I see, but those two guys, Mshishi, they are missing him. But teams must stop playing against the history of Sundowns. and stop playing against the result that Sundowns has already obtained. They need to attack Sundowns. They need to win against Sundowns. Simple as that. Take your chances, and then Sundowns will be. They are dominating because we're giving them a chance to dominate. They are good. Take nothing away. They are very good. But teams now, they are giving them the chance to dominate. They are not competing against them. When they go to Sundowns, they want to play for a draw. It is uncalled for. 15 teams. We can't do that. We're supposed to compete against Sundowns rather than and then make the league to be better, make the league to be stronger, and all that.
Okay.
You understand me? So I feel every team must raise their hand, play against Sundowns, not the results.
No, Maronza.
You understand me?
We're gonna pick it up tomorrow and talk about it properly tomorrow. But thank you for the contribution. Let me go to Prastomi. Prastomi, 1-1.
What out?
How are you, Prastomi?
Yeah, the grand brow sharp one.
Man, you're right, man. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, okay. Thank you for giving a chance abantu madoda babhodle le nto ibadlayo isesifubeni. Abantu bakhe bakhuphele lingaphakathi. Siyabulela chance abantu kubanike ichance bathethe ngeSundowns because kuyacaca ukuba iyabahlupha ngaphakathi. Othi mna ngokwazi kwami ibhola nokwazi iSupersport no-coach who's coaching Supersport, I was not expecting a walkover with Supersport. I respect Supersport as a team. I respect coach Gavin as a coach. And ke ngoku bekunyanzelekile ndi-respect and the game lesizayidlala because I understand into the record that we had last time laliphulwe yi-Supersport for not losing. It was this Supersport United. Now we cannot out of nowhere and wake up. Season sesiyazi uba we will win when we play against Supersport United. Supersport United came with a plan, and the plan yabo isebenzile, and you can see uba they were not willing to badlale as much into bebeyifuna to break Sundowns on chances and let Sundowns have the ball because i-game yazichaza nestats Sundowns was having too much ball. But ke ngoSupersport was letting Sundowns to have that chance uba ibe nebhola ngakuyo, and bebezazi on the back they're solid, and they were sure about up front quick game bazodishana with the pace when Sundowns start to change the game. Umbule came with the game, but in the back was losing so much balls. That is why ubona it wasn't easy to penetrate kweza passes ziqhele Sundowns. Otherwise I'm welcoming the results with the understanding of football, with the understanding of both teams and their history. I wasn't expecting walkover because bendiyazi uba igame izawanje, and I was happy uba siskore kuqala in the game. Then I thought uba since uba siskore kuqala sizawuba ne-hard time trying to defend iSupersport because siyayazi iSupersport izawudlala kanjani. And ke ngoku eventually they had a chance to score. Then ke ngoku bazazi uba no, we're level ngoku. Into esingafuneka siyenzile to let Sundowns to create more chances and score goals. As a result, the change of substitution ezenziwe ngucoach ebefuna more fluidity in the game, up front, pace going forward because ebeyibona iSupersport ibengekho lula to break up. So now I have no problem with these results because I'm still in position 1. I'm still returning the league. Then as for abantu abacinga uba when it comes to Sundowns, you analyze the game and ufavor icala because we are Sundowns supporter. We have to understand football because asikwazi uvuka out of nowhere sicinga uba sine-walkover sodibana kwiSupersport. That is why ke ubona uba iplan kahandi worked very well, and we are happy with the results thina because we're going what point kawudibanisa nala 1 point nala 3 points we're 4 points and still on position 1, so there's nothing to panic on.
Okay, no. Stormy, Prasto, we're going to speak about it tomorrow. We'll break it down tomorrow properly because there's some questions that I want to ask you guys. Thank you for the contribution. Let me go to UPK. PK.
OT, how's it, man?
Hi, man. Hey, me, I've got no horses in this fight. I'm watching football. Tell me, what did you think about this 1-1?
Yeah, no, it feels like a loss, man. Ish. Yeah, no, it feels like a loss. It pains us. Draw pains us. We are so used to win, but it's fine. I think good football from Supersport.
Yeah.
They were well prepared. They knew what they were doing. One thing that they have revealed about Sundowns is that Sundowns cannot play football in a compact space.
Yeah.
When you pack the space and you close the gaps, it becomes difficult for Sundowns to play. But I just want to say, someone that we trusted who could have penetrated and makes those through passes and broke that wall, that lower block. It was Zwane. Zwane was just off, man. He
Yeah.
was just off today. It's not the Zwane that I know, especially in that. Zwane is very dangerous in compact spaces. But today I couldn't see it. In fact, I preferred today that they could have played Umkhulis in that space. Sagazwane, something could have came out. Alende was just alone with Mukwena. But I'm proud also of the beautiful game of Umukwena. There is somewhere that we are going. Unfortunately, it is Sundowns. And when it's Sundowns, obviously, we will put specs and say, what is the problem? I can boldly and confidently say we don't have a problem. At Sundowns, we are cruising very nicely. We are holding our philosophy, and unfortunately, sometimes the philosophy is it's a learning curve. Remember, whenever and you will see Rulani coming with a strategy of saying, what do we do when we have been in a compact space? Which players can I use? Because I feel like the substitute at the last in the last minutes, it was a sense of urgency. He panicked a bit to make those substitute. Great performance from Tembinkosi Lodge. He is gelling in very nicely. I saw confidence today. I saw him not just running but also adapting to the style of short passes and penetrating and making those beautiful moves.
Yeah.
Lodge is about to kill a lot of people. He's coming just beautiful. And lastly, I think also we were cognizant of the pace of Campbell, the danger of Grobler. We were very cognizant. As you see, Zungu didn't push the way he's supposed to
Yeah.
push on
Yeah.
Kekane. So also we were also cognizant that we are not playing any other team. We are playing a quality team, and both teams did great, man. But I just want to give credit to Gavin Hunt. He did his
Okay.
homework. Well played, beautiful display of football. Thank you.
Okay, no, PK, thank you so much. I'll ask my questions tomorrow. Let me go to Agent. Agent, my brother, you can close it off for me. What did you think about this game?
Good game. I can't complain.
Why do you sound
Um,
far? What's happening? Are
the
you
ball
walking
move
through
forward.
through Headfield?
I'm using my microphone. I'm on a car, so probably right. Am I fair?
Yeah, it's a little bit bad there. Can't hear you properly. Okay. Let me let Umfundo then have the last say. Agent, they're just not having a proper connection. Fundo, what are your thoughts about the
Yeah,
game?
second half was not that too effective. It was just a boring second half because you saw Bradley, Ulimele, so they just pushing back. They push back, playing a defensive ball. It was not the entertaining first half. First half was fun. We enjoyed the game because both sides were playing an open game. So how you supposed to play a game when other team it's most of the time defensive?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's end up killing the vibe of the Tshwane derby that we know. Tshwane derby does not have that defensive too much. We enjoy watching Tshwane derby then, so it's a derby because they're able to go pound and pound. But today, first half was fun, was entertaining. Second half was boring. So if each and every team is going to be like that when it comes to playing against Sundowns, the game is going to be boring because
Yeah.
as a coach,
tell you guys, let us go full force to them. So at the end of the day, you'll be able to recognize your mistake as a coach, which this is where I'm lacking, this is where I'm lacking, which means Super Sports, each and every time they need to play or score goals, they need Bradley Klober. If he's not around, they won't score any goal. Then which means how are you able to run a team when you always have to be dependent on one striker?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us just be honest.
Okay.
Gavin Hunt, yeah, he's a good coach, but then the game that he played, in the second half that he played, I was not impressed with it because most of the time they were defensive. Then how are we able to enjoy the soccer? You got players like Laila K. Laila K it's one of the good players that he have. Why don't you take that player, give him a platform to score goals? Why don't you do that?
Okay.
Zuko Manchik is there. Why don't you give those people some chance? Go, guys. Score goals. Stop being defensive. When are you able to unleash your players? Because Robler is injured, you're not able to give them the chance. Why? What are you showing us? Which means you are afraid of your opponents. Let me just sit back and allow them to come in. Each and every time I have to be defensive. For what good reasons? So sometimes other coaches need to grow up and take things aside and just play the ball and enjoy the ball because we enjoy watching the game. But then if you're going to be defensive, like, aye,
Okay.
that is not how we get the soccer.
No, Fundo. Thank you for joining me. Agent, are you good? I see you requested again.
I'm good.
Okay, what did you think?
Audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Um, I'll take the draw. I'll take the draw. It's fine. Team loses. Every team loses. So what's so special about us that we can't lose? We lost. It's fine. It's okay.
There we go. There we go.
We lost. We take the lose, and it's fine. I see others are enjoying our loss. It's fine. It's their privilege. They don't see this kind of things. So it's okay. So, but otherwise, I don't know. I think I would disagree with the panel a bit that Olosh is improving. I think he's fine. He's okay, but I don't think he's at the level that I want him to be because I think off the ball he's struggling. Sean. He's struggling. Yes, we struggle a bit, and I mean he's struggling off the ball to recover. He only becomes active when he needs the ball,
Yeah.
But at times he's far away. We need him closer to Ozwane so they can play 1-2. But he's so far away that he's only relying on a long ball from Williams, which wasn't coming
Williams,
again, and Zungu, which wasn't coming also. So, but I think that was the problem. But otherwise, we take our L and we move forward. It's okay. I'll answer your questions tomorrow.
Hey, Barra, agent. Hey, you guys and your
I went with Miss Agent today. I went
Eh.
with Miss Agent today, so it was nice. That's nice. So
I know Ota lata 2 points how I don't know where, but Ota ibona from Miss Agent. Okay, guys. So look, just to quickly wrap up, we're gonna talk about the game properly tomorrow. I think this game, for me, exposed two things. One, you can come to Sundowns with a plan. And I think if anybody I was expecting a plan from, it was Gavin Hunt. You can come with a plan that might not be the best plan. It might not have been incredible, but they were able to get something from the game. The game opened up a little bit. The second half, not that strong, but of course, I mean, Grobler's gone off. There was a couple of issues there. Secondly, what it exposed for me is, again, I give credit to Mamelodi Sundowns for being the incredible team that they are. But they're not invincible. And I think teams what somebody said, they're fighting the results that Sundowns have had instead of planning for the team that's in front of them. I don't think Sundowns is very strong with scoring, but you could also say that this has been an experimental team by Urulani, in that I don't think I've seen a game where Sundowns has played Esquivel, Tshwane, Lodge, Cirino, and Allende. And I think that combination is not going to work out for them because they don't have a focal point. They lose a connector in the midfield. And that connection between midfield and forwards becomes a bit strained. It doesn't exist a lot if a team can be disciplined enough versus Sundowns. So I do think the Sundowns is a beatable team, but I'm also aware of the fact that Sundowns is unbeaten still in the league, which means that our teams are not coming with enough planning and actually wanting to win. I think a lot of teams come and play Sundowns not to lose, and that is part of the issue. You have to be a little bit threatening, and we didn't see that threat as much from Supersport United. We're going to touch on a lot of things. I want to speak about Uloch. We're going to speak about Tshwane and whether this type of team works for him. And maybe Loch's combinations will work better with a different team. But we're going to touch on all those things tomorrow. If you have not followed, please follow. I've got my first interview that I've ever done on my YouTube page with Coach Vusmuzi Vilagazi, the head coach of Richards Bay. Shout out to him for giving me the opportunity. I'm going to be doing a lot more of those. So if you could please head on over to YouTube and go and support that side. Listen to what the coach had to say. He's very candid about a lot of things, and it's a very interesting conversation. We are going to be having a lot more of those conversations as we go along. I'll even be asking you guys for questions in the future. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to those who commented. Thank you to those who gave gifts. Thank you to those who are watching on YouTube as well. And of course, those who came in and lent their voices to the show. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. The show is on every Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m., unless there's a watch along. And then on Fridays, 12:30 in the afternoon, we're my breadwinners. We have a WhatsApp group, an official Overthinking Football WhatsApp group that you guys can join by, again, heading over to YouTube, subscribing, click on join, 20 Rand a month. You become a breadwinner. You get a show on Friday. And also, you get to be in the WhatsApp group with me, with Bo Malume Kutsobo, everybody that is there. We all have this incredible WhatsApp group where we speak about football a lot. So if you want to be part of that, I've told you how to be part of that. Also, if you want to watch any of the previous episodes back that we've done, we've had some incredible conversations, guys. Some really, really incredible conversations. They are available in full on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I will see you then tomorrow, K7. Bye, guys.